Hey guys, JSP from JSP Talk Sports here. The international window is closed and we're back to club football from tomorrow. Are you excited for this weekend? Some big clashes coming up. My team playing a little team Manu. So, I mean, hoping that we get over our recent loss against Chelsea and before the break and beat up Manu. So hoping for that, right? So starting with this weekend in England, we have Nottingham Forest playing Chelsea. That's the early game. So Chelsea smarting off their 2-1 win over Liverpool. Forest would have been beaten by Newcastle in their last game. Chelsea sitting seventh, Newcastle in I'm saying sorry, Nottingham Forest in 17th. Nottingham Forest haven't scored. Have only scored 5 goals in their last 5 matches. Have conceded the most penalties and haven't kept a clean sheet in 10 matches. So I expect Chelsea to score against them. My boy Alex maybe really looking forward to this sharpening his teeth, right? And Chelsea averaging 1.9 goals per match. So I'm going with a Chelsea win here. Probably a 2-0. So see how that goes. Next one coming up, Brighton versus Newcastle. We have Brighton. The last drew with Wolves 1-1, and Newcastle with that win over Forest. So Newcastle sitting 11 to Brighton in 12. So 11 versus 12, right? Um, close battle here. Newcastle have scored 11 goals in their last 5 matches and have got the most clean sheets, 5. I'm going to go with a Newcastle win over Brighton. So Newcastle to win over Brighton. Moving on, Burnley versus Leeds. Burnley hosting Leeds. So we have Leeds in 15th versus Burnley in 18th. Burnley last lost to Aston Villa 2-1 and Leeds lost to Spurs 2-1. I will go with a draw here, Leeds and Burnley. So see how that goes as well. Crystal Palace, Bournemouth. Crystal Palace hosting Bournemouth. Palace coming off a 2-1 loss to Everton, and Bournemouth had beat Fulham 3-1. So Bournemouth in 4th versus Palace in 6th. Top of the table clash here. So Palace have scored 8 goals in their last 5 matches, and Bournemouth 8 goals in their last 5 matches as well. But they haven't lost in 5 matches. So this one is a possible draw, I would think. Although, I mean, it could go either way. Crystal Palace versus Bournemouth. Man City hosting Everton. So Man City will be smarting off their 1-0 win over, I think it was Brentford, right? And Everton with their 2-1 win over Palace. And then Palace, their first loss in 19, I think it was. So 5th place City versus 6th place Everton. Really close there. Everton really doing much better this season. City, we know, goal scoring galore, 11 in the last 5, and they haven't lost to Everton in the last 17 meetings. And Haaland, the competition top scorer, is on 9. And Jack Grealish in some fine form for Everton, so can he make a difference there? Well, I'm always hoping for Everton win, well, for City to get beat. So I think more so it might be a City win. So can't really predict the score there. Probably a 2-1 City. Hoping for Everton to win though. Sunderland versus Wolves. Sunderland hosting Wolves. We have Sunderland in 9th versus bottom place Wolves. Sunderland coming off a 2-0 loss to Manu, and Wolves had a 1-1 draw with Brighton. So Sunderland in some fine form. We have Granite Xhaka. He is second in the big chances created for this competition. And Wolves have scored 5 goals in their last 5 matches, but they only sit on 2 points bottom of the table. So can they start to make a run of it? let's see. This one could go to a Sunderland win, but I think it's more likely, hopefully, Wolves pull a draw. And then we have Fulham hosting Arsenal in the last game on Saturday. Uh, we have top spot Arsenal right now, hosting 14. Well, Fulham hosting Fulham in 14th hosting Arsenal. Everything would point to Arsenal win with this. Arsenal scoring 9 goals in the last 5 and haven't lost in 7 matches. Hoping Fulham can cause the upset there. Continuing on the Saturday in Serie A, we have Roma versus Inter. Big one here, second place Roma versus 4th place Inter. Inter has been in some fine goal scoring form, 12 goals in the last 5 matches, average of 2.8 goals per match. So how do you see this one going? Could probably go to Inter win for this. My Italian team is Juve, so I guess the better money is probably a draw in this one. And then in La Liga on the Saturday we have Barcelona playing Girona. High flying second place Barca playing 17th place Girona. Everything points to Barcelona winning this. They scored 10 goals in the last 5 matches, most clean sheets. But they are coming off 4-1 drubbing from Sevilla, and Girona actually beat Valencia 2-1. So can Girona pull an upset and beat Barca? That'll really be something. Moving on to the Sunday, starting in England, we have Tottenham versus Aston Villa. Tottenham hosting Villa. Tottenham last beat Leeds 2-1, and Villa last beat. This is Burnley 2-1. Second place, high flying Tottenham. Tottenham doing really well this season versus 13th place Aston Villa. Tottenham fine form, 10 goals in their last 5, haven't lost in 7. And Villa have scored 9 in their last 5 and have won the previous 2 matches against Spurs. Does Villa upset Spurs here? And then the big clash over the weekend, Liverpool hosting Manu. Liverpool coming off the 2-1 unfortunate last minute loss to Chelsea, and Manu coming off a 2-0 win versus Sunderland. So Liverpool in second versus surprisingly 10th place, normally 14th, 15th place Manu. Liverpool scored 6 in the last 5 but haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 6. And Manu scoring 8 in the last 5. And Cunha most shots on target for Manu with 1.8. Ekitike versus Fernandez. How does this one go? XG surprisingly more on Manu side for this one, and a lot of people, I would say overconfident for this. A lot of Manu people thinking that they're going to come to Anfield and they're going to get full points. I mean, they won their last match. Previous to that, they won a match against Chelsea. Chelsea, in my opinion, dropping the ball there, handing Manu that full points. Do Manu go back to back against Liverpool? First time in 13 months or whatever winning back-to-back games against Liverpool? Nah, that can happen. Liverpool has to win this one after 3 losses in a row. This is the comeback. So looking forward to a Liverpool win over Manu there. Moving on the Sunday in Italy, we have Como versus Juve. Juve down in 5th, not much point difference though, off the top by just a couple points, 3 points. Como in 8th, and Juve 8 goals in the last 5, have won the previous 2 matches against Como. I'm hoping for a Juve win, being a Juve supporter in Italy, so see how this one goes in Italy. And we have a big one, Milan versus Fiorentina. So we have 3rd place Milan versus 17th place, surprisingly, Fiorentina down and out recently. This one points to AC Milan win over Fiorentina. And over in Spain on the Sunday, we have Getafe hosting Real Madrid. So, first place Real Madrid versus 11th place Getafe. Real coming off a 3-1 win over Villarreal, and Getafe losing 2-1 to Osasuna. So, I'm hoping Madrid continues their fine form in the league, scoring 16 goals in the last 5, and Mbappe top scorer on 9, and Getafe only 5 goals in the last 5. So hoping that that Real can continue their winning ways and extend the lead at the top of the table. So couple matches on the Monday, but the big matches over the weekend. Who do you have for Manu versus Liverpool? Which other matches are you interested in? Which other matches? Who's your team? So just let us know in the comments. Let us know which matches you're looking forward to. And yeah, guys, don't forget this weekend's football. Football is back. International window is closed once again until November. So let the games begin. GSP on GSP Talk Sports. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you, guys.